It's 6:05. You are back here with the mothership with the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. No, I'm just kidding. You are back with Clash of the Podcast, episode 62. Conrad from Everything Pro Wrestling, Sean from Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, back at it once again to give you guys all the latest and greatest in the world of pro wrestling. We have a giveaway today. We got a lot to talk about. A little New Japan strong giveaway for the Lone Star show.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be fun. Sean's got T-shirts. They're down below. Check out his Threadless store. He's got some bangers up there. I might have a new favorite. That main event one might be my new favorite, just by the look. But
Yeah,
I'm still impartial to what that means.
I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
So we're going to be talking a lot about pro wrestling today, mixture of topics. So if you hear, where's AEW? It's coming. WWE. We're going to talk about it. We'll get into it. If there's stuff you guys want to get into, I'm sure the chat will bring it up or find a way to swerve it in. I'm happy you guys are all here, and I think it's time to get started.
Only one thing left to say with that, man. Big shout out to Conrad. We're in the building. Conrad, drop that thing.
My man Dougie Fresh said another giveaway. That is a fact. Another giveaway, good sir.
We tried,
That
man.
is a fact. We're out here doing the thing, man. So we are going to be giving away for the New Japan Lone Star Shootout. New Japan Strong. You guys are going to definitely want to check out this card. If you're an AEW fan, you might recognize some of these fine folks here. You will have the Never Openweight Championship, one fall, 60-minute time limit. Shingo Takagi versus Trent Beretta. Looks like a potential, as the
Banger.
young folks would say, banger.
Yes, sir.
We are also getting Mystico versus TJP. Two former guys from WWE that I think people would be surprised to see in this one.
Well, I mean, I got a lot of love for TJP, man. I felt like he got done dirty in WWE.
I like TJP's theme song a lot. I don't know why, the whole little dab thing when he was doing that. TJP was something else, but now he's on to a different game here, but he's still doing his thing. We also have Joey Janela, who made a promise that he is coming for Toru Yano. Now, if you don't know Yano, Yano is the comedic act of New Japan. He does silly things, makes people upset, but always finds a way to pull out the victory. Joey Janela, the bad boy of professional wrestling, is on his way there, and he says he's going to destroy Yano.
Mm.
Um, I don't know, brother. I don't know how you're feeling about that one.
I mean, I felt like Joey Janela was on the verge of superstardom when he turned on Sonny Kiss on AEW television, but you blink your eyes and that's like 2, 3 years ago, and you wonder what's happened to him. So I would love to see him continue to raise up and put a stamp on his legacy, man.
Yes, and also we're gonna get John Moxley and Wheeler Yuta versus David Finlay. Everybody's mad at him for destroying that IWGP UK/US belt, and his partner is going to be Kenta. So Bullet Club is in the house against BCC. You got 8-man tags with Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Kushida, Kevin Knight. They're going to be going up against Chase Owens, Gabriel Kidd, Alex Coughlin, and Clark Connors. You got 6-man tag matches in here. You got Eddie Kingston defending the strong open weight championship against Kojima, Lariat. You're going to get Zack Sabre Jr. versus Mike Bailey. I think that match has the potential to deliver big time.
Agreed. And as always, let's just remember that, no cheap plugs here, but it's just keeping it 100. Fight TV or Fight.tv continues to be the destination for, in my opinion, the best lineup of pro wrestling and combat sports as it relates to on-demand content and live content. So make sure you check it out, man. And we have another major announcement coming up real soon, man. So if you thought this giveaway was crazy, we got another one coming soon, but that's coming down the pike a little later. But yeah, make sure you go to Fight and check out the pay-per-view, but you have a chance to win it right here. You're one of our listeners. You have a chance to win, have a chance to watch it for free on real soon coming up.
If you guys want to be considered, I want to see in the chat hashtag New Japan Strong. If you are interested, you could put it in until the end of the show, and then we will call out a winner. So make sure you guys are doing that. And let's get to the shout outs. We have people in here early, like the rain and the drought. All right, I was going to start rapping, but I better not. Sir Quills says, what's up, Conrad and Sean and chat? Your boy Sir Quills is back again for episode 62, the Jason Kelsey edition of Clash of the Podcast with two of my favorite bros, CJ and Hubbs. WWE Crown Jewel was dog 6.5 out of 10. Brett would have said 4 out of 10.
Very disappointing.
And I'm being highly generous with that 6.5 just because of that. Seth and Drew McIntyre, in my eyes, was a great match, but after that, the bottom fell out.
I can't say you're wrong.
Big shout out to Connor in the chat. He says, hello, Conrad and Sean. Just wanted to pop in here and say, got news today that I'll have a nephew or niece on the way in early 2024, and I'll make sure that kid is raised right watching Chris Jericho matches.
Well done. Well done. I like that.
You know, back in my day, I used to put my brother in the walls of Jericho or the Lion Tamer, so nothing wrong. Treat him better than I did. My brother was laughing yesterday because the intern was climbing up, and I was like, "You remember this?" And then my mom was like, "You stop right now." I just looked at him like, "You remember bad memories, don't you?" Tap.
I love it.
Doug said, here to be the first, found out I was third. Happy Monday, y'all. Conrad, Sean, chat, we got things to talk about. That is a fact.
Appreciate you, Doug.
E had to come and poke in the bear. Stop making stuff up, CJ. Who is Ivar? He is in the main event of Raw tonight. At least that's what it looks like in that number one contendership intercontinental title match. Joel in the house. What's good, Joel?
What's up, Joel?
Vinny said, hey, y'all, excited for another show. Love y'all. God bless. Back at you, Vinny.
God bless you too, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you. DJ B Tazzy in the party. What's going on, party people? What up, Tazzy?
What up, though?
Make sure you guys check Tazzy out. He's also on YouTube. He does a lot of watch-alongs. You got to subscribe to him. He's got an important job. I won't blow up your spot on here, Tazzy, but he's got an important job, so you got to catch those live streams when you can with Tazzy. BJ said, what's good, everyone? Hope it's been a good Monday. Has it been a good Monday, Sean, for you?
Yeah, it's been an okay Monday, but, you know, Raw is coming, so it's going to be a worse Monday.
Get plenty of sleep. No, I'm kidding. Oh, if it wasn't for
the Knicks and Monday Night Football, I would be going to sleep.
Anthony Slate says, hey, everyone. How you feeling about the Knicks this season, too, while we're here?
They're in deep trouble, and I think we need to trade Julius Randle as soon as humanly possible.
So, did you see what I sent you the other day in the DMs?
Yeah.
That was horrible. If you just watch where the basketball's going in a game, you're missing out on all the real story.
The young fella's a head case, man. You know, you can't have that. Listen, at this point, I would just trade him for draft picks.
Do you think he's just frustrated with the team, maybe?
I think he's frustrated because he realizes he's not the best player on the team anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah. Jalen Brunson dropped 45 and you're shrugging your shoulders and wondering why he's taking shots. It's because you're shooting 25%, Julius. You haven't shot this poorly since you were a Laker, and that was like 8 years ago. Get yourself together. But at this point, I'm done with him.
This next one's all you, sir.
M. Leezy Cheesy. Listen, I want to give a big shout out to Matt Lopez because dude is just super, super interactive with us on social media, and he really goes hard on Twitter, man. So we appreciate you, my guy. Always showing love and respect to the show, and we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for that.
Handles are below us if you guys wanted to give us a follow on.
You know what I'm saying? Like M. Leezy, obviously, Quills, man. You know, there's so many people on here that just continue to show immense support for the show. Doug, BJ, everybody, man. Like McKinney, we appreciate y'all, man, for real.
It's everybody who we're shouting out. That's why we do this every week, man. Deanna says, hey to us. What is up, Deanna?
And Deanna always treats me nicely. When you don't, she does. Thank you, Deanna. I'm talking about you, Conrad. You.
I know. Deanna treats me badly, and I'm used to it, so it's fine. It's fine. And I don't want to talk And I don't want to talk football, Deanna. Not tonight. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about my fraudulent Bills right now.
And listen, you guys are the best team in New York State.
We've always been keeping that moving.
Don't know about that. We got 4 rings.
Who?
The Buffalo Bills have always been the best team in New York State.
Yeah,
historically,
I think so.
The New York Giants, as much as they suck this year, the New York Giants are the best team in New York football all time.
When was the last time they played in New York officially?
Are you really doing that? Are you really going geographic right now?
I call them the New Jersey Giants and the New Jersey Jets. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to act like the New York. Wow. That's petty. Didn't see that coming.
It's not petty. It's the truth. It's a geographical fact that Buffalo is the only team in New York State. The Giants are incredible, but one thing we can both agree on, we aren't the Jets. That was a shot at E because he messed with me earlier about that Ibar comment.
That's funny.
The Priest, oh no, Eric. The Priest has returned. The Priest, I don't know what that's supposed to say. Presence has returned. I don't know about Damian Priest. The forever run of Roman Reigns continues. That's a fact. We're going to get into that first.
Vinny, I'm so done, Vinny. I'm so done. Oh, we know that.
Is it safe to say Roman's current run leaning towards the Reign of Terror territory? No. Roman, well, hold on here. Let me think about this. No, I won't say that it's that bad.
I'm not stopping.
Let me ask you that. Is Roman Reigns Reign of Terror territory? Is it that bad to you, Sean? You can you could continue doing that while you answer. That's fine.
Roman Reigns and his reign, no pun intended.
Ask him a question that's going to make him angry, y'all.
Or Roman Reigns' reign of terror is starting to get into that territory because Roman Reigns' title defenses are starting to become very similar. And Roman Reigns continues to win via outside interference, which means that Roman Reigns is starting to look like a weak champion. And I am not happy about it because Roman Reigns is truthfully the best wrestler in the company. But he continues to get these outside interference victories. Jimmy Uso's looking like a stooge.
But hasn't that always been WWE's MO though?
WWE stinks.
If you can do this for the whole 60 minutes, I will be shocked right now.
I'm done. Real talk. Roman Reigns' title run is starting to become a little bit dry, and it is getting into that Reign of Terror territory because we're sitting up here watching matches that we know that literally nobody cares about any Roman Reigns title defense until WrestleMania 40. That's bad.
That's their fault.
Yeah, it is.
I can't say anything different about it. All right, look at this. We got people in the chat trying to get up in there. Hashtag New Japan Strong if you guys want to get that opportunity. It's going throughout the show. Continue to let us know. Crown Jewel. Wow. Lariat, Kojima. I'm glad Quills knows where it's from. CM Punk. Great line from him when he pretended to be a wrestler on the phone. I don't think I can say that wrestler's name on YouTube, so I won't get in trouble. Tozawa needs to be on TV more. I think he's got a match tonight. McKinney says, yo, I'm here to talk wrestling with the live chat and the dynamic duo of Monday Clash of the Podcast. Let everyone know that man who keep a hand in the pocket feel. Yo, I didn't even catch that till I read it.
That was pretty good.
You got me. Got to proofread before I read those now. I appreciate Hubbard Conrad as well. All love, Maddie. All love. Sorry, not sorry. Go Bengals. We'll see. We'll see when the big one's on the line. I'm a big Reggie Miller fan. And then you know what I'm about to be hoping for.
It's like that quarterback is healthy, man.
We'll see. I can tell you the Bills are beat up. I don't know if people know that, but like local people know they're beat up bad. Okay. Like they're down bad. Everybody's hurt. And I don't know what to say. Tozawa versus Nakamura tonight. Wonder who's going to win that one. Should be a classic battle. Miz versus Ricochet versus Bronson versus Ivar. Different set of matches than the typical routine. That is true. It might not be amazing, but at least it's a new flavor. I appreciate the positivity, BJ. We're going to try and do the same on this show. I knew he was going there. Sorry, E. I had to. Jets tonight. Toronto Bills. Chill. We're not getting sold. We're building a new stadium. We're following protocol. We're good. You know who might get? I think the team to be gone will be the Jaguars, if anybody. I think they're going across the pond. The only thing I'm okay with repeat is Okada versus Omega. Oh, NWA. I have no words for that, Sean. I have no words for them getting in trouble for doing that.
Tragic at this point. That's bad.
He said, "No, we talking the Sabres for the first hour." I'm done with you. Pro Wrestler Shoots It here. Hope everyone is having a blessed night. I'm having a crazy day at work, but trying to hop back in 30 minutes. We'll be here for you, brother. Thank you for that. Check out Pro Wrestler Shoot. Show him some love, too. It's worse than the Reign of Terror. He's not defending it like Triple H did, but the continuous finished making me upset. I'm not okay with that. Not bad. That's right, like Batman and Robin E. That's right. It's all right. Hubs, why they paid Jones all that money and he went down like Danielson? Come on, bro.
Simple answer to that. You know why? Because we're the New York Giants. That's what the New York Giants do. If it wasn't for, and I'm a Giant fan, and Conrad knows I'm a full-fledged Giant fan. If we didn't get lucky in 07 and 11, 07 and 11, when
wait, why do you say lucky?
Because Eli, I'm not somebody that tells falsehoods. Eli Manning, I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but Eli Manning is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer because he had 2 runs of 4 games in 07 and 2011 where we lucked into Super Bowls.
I will not let you say that, good sir. I will call that kryptonite, baby. Because guess what, Tom Brady? Guess who you never beat in the Super Bowl?
We have Tom Brady's number. There's no question about that. There's no question about that. But I'm a realist when it comes to the Giants. The Giants had 2 wonderful playoff runs that have made them relevant in the last 20 years. But unfortunately, the Giants stink, bro. And that, to answer E's question, that's typical New York Giants management. Only thing worse than New York Giant management is New York Knicks management.
You ain't getting past that one. I can't stick up for that. That's just... Let's talk some Crown Jewel here, shall we?
I guess.
But by the way, I hope everyone got to check out Turning Point. I thought it was a fun pay-per-view for the small shows that Impact does. Right. They went across the pond, had a lot of fun watching that one. Always good times with that. Let's get into this card. I don't know how I want to put this up. I guess we can start with this graphic. I put this up as backup for us. But this is what the card was looking like for this show. We did open up with Drew McIntyre came out ready to do his thing. What did you think, man?
You know what? I gave you my word, Conrad. So let me.
I asked Sean we're gonna try to be better. I know some people think Sean's just he hates WWE. Conrad hates WWE. But Sean, listen, I'll tell you this, before me and Sean got ready to do this show, me and Sean did other shows together. Sean, I was the WWE hater on those shows. Like, Conrad, why do you hate this show so much?
I remember.
But I had reasons. I would list them out. Like, dog, you gotta do better than this garbage you've been giving us. Yeah. I can't have this.
But look,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We forgot to talk about this. Sami Zayn wins. He's very popular. Moving back on to Drew and Seth, though.
Pretty much. That's all the reason they put him on the card. All right. So here's the deal, man. At the end of the day, Crown Jewel was a 5 out of 10. It was not a good show. It was pretty average and probably a little sub-average. The only thing that made it a 5, and I mean that in a complimentary way, meaning like it wasn't a 3, is because of Drew versus Seth. I thought it was well played. I thought it was well done. I think the cash-in should have happened. I actually predicted that the cash-in would have happened incorrectly. But Drew gave a good accounting of himself. It's going to continue moving along the storyline about him turning heel. It's kind of a slow burn. Seth came out and did a great job in making the world know that he's still the man. Rhea Ripley put a option out there where she was going to possibly give a Judgment Day spot to either Seth Rollins or, good putting the picture up there, Conrad, put a Seth Rollins offer or a Drew McIntyre offer on the table for Judgment Day. Neither one took up on it, giving me kind of like Mr. Perfect, whose side is he on, Ric Flair, Macho Man vibes.
I like that.
Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man vibes back in '92, and it turned out to be neither. It was a good match. It was the best match of the night. I think the wrong man won, and I'm a big Seth Rollins fan. I think he's the best wrestler on Raw, but it is what it is. Seth Rollins should change the title in the best match of the evening.
They're definitely trying to make sure that title and Seth Rollins are protected. Seth Rollins is holding it down. Much respect. Now, CE, this is something we can agree on. That is something we can all agree on about the Pats, except for Derek, wherever he is. Turning Point had good matches, hated the camera angles. I respect it. Unleash the Hubs, Deanna says. See, some love it. Some don't.
But I gave my brother my word that I would try and be objective instead of telling the truth, which is that WWE sucks. I mean, yeah.
Who did Sammy pen?
JD McDonough.
That was for Sean. What's his name? Did you see that sell he did with the turnbuckle spot? Did you think that was ridiculous?
That's the reason why I actually don't do the snap famous thing with JD McDonough is one of turning into a really good seller. I got to give him credit for that.
He's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
I just fear for him for what the company has always looked for. Mm-hmm. It's one of those, you got me worried. I can't remember the exact order of the card. We may have to jump around here a little bit.
It's all good. I got you.
What was up next?
The next match was the... Pull up the card for me, please.
Sorry.
Thank you, bro. No, it's all good. It's all good. Sorry for what you didn't do nothing. The second match of the night, I believe, was the United States Championship, if I'm not mistaken. But let me double.
Was it?
No, let me double check.
Or no. I think it was the 5-way.
Pause.
Play.
Wait.
Like I said. Sorry.
Really bad, so we got to do better. We got to.
Hold on. I gotta call the cap out.
What's up?
Pay-per-view of the year. Cut it out. I don't even know if you watched it all the way through. Cut it out.
Yeah, the 5-way pause was definitely the second match of the night.
Yeah. So with that, I mean, is anyone surprised by this?
Nope.
This is where I feel Sean was completely justified last week in some of his comments. Like, was there any other outcome?
No.
There was no other answer to this.
To me, this was just as predictable as Roman Reigns versus LA Knight. Just as predictable.
I feel this one's different though. This comes down to there's no one who can beat Rhea right now. That was in that ring that was ready? No, nobody. You haven't built up Raquel enough. Maybe you could have considered her or Zoe Starks, but they're not ready yet for it. So give him the shirt. Give him the shirt.
Zoe, I can't play Zoe. Please, what no, I'm not gonna. I'm sick and tired of it. The pay-per-view was crap. Okay,
Swerve. I've been swerved.
I'm sick and tired of these this pay-per-view. The women's title was predictable. It was basically like a mosh pit of just average main event wrestlers. And when I say main event, I mean the show, the main event, as in WWE's streaming television show that nobody watches. That's what we saw at Crown Jewel. WWE can do so. Okay, how about this, Conrad? WWE can do so much better if they wanted to. They really could. What a disgrace that women's title match was. What a disgrace that women's title match was. From the time it was announced, Raquel's back to sniggling and giggling every week. Zoe can't remember her name. Shayna Baszler hasn't been relevant since she ran, allegedly, Ronda Rousey out of the company. Nia Jax just annoys the crap out of me. What a disgrace. Conrad, I can't wrap my head around any logic that could make sense as it relates to this match. What a disgrace.
Yeah, it's rough out here. I really don't even want to talk about it too much. This is probably one of my least favorite matches on the card, truthfully speaking. And that I don't know. There might be a segment that was worse. I think we get into it after this next match. Let's talk. I was shocked by this one a little bit that they went the route that they did. Solo Sikoa versus John Cena. John Cena got mollywopped in this one.
Right outcome, wrong method. You don't.
Where have you seen this one before?
WrestleMania 28. Yeah, I mean
the sad walk up the ramp. We don't believe it, big match, John. I don't know, but he did the right thing. I just didn't like how they did it because that match was like WrestleMania 29, reverse, finisher. I don't know. I never like when they book the matches like that. It's one of my least favorite. Like I love WrestleMania 28 with Rock and Cena. I do not like 29, and I was there live for it. That was like one of those. This ain't working.
John Cena is too of a respected figure to lose that way. I don't have a problem with him losing. He clearly doesn't have a problem losing, which I respect. But at this point, it's like, I mean, Solo just beat the crap out of him, and it was not even Quilly. I got more, but I'm trying to be respectful, man. I got a lot more. Like, because if you really want me to talk about Solo and John Cena, I could do that too. I mean, it's just the storytelling, the story writing, the logic behind the matches. It just, I mean, because here's the thing for me. Solo just squashed John Cena, right? What's it gonna mean? What purpose does it serve to have Roman Reigns' lackey beat the crap out of John Cena?
I think it could have served better if you'd have told the story different. This is just me. And once again, armchair quarterbacking sounds way easier, but you have things at your discretion that you can use, but they choose not to sometimes. And I wonder why. I thought they should have used Umaga's story where you know my family had you before. He should have ended you. He didn't do it, but guess what? I've watched that match back 1,000 times since I was a kid, and I'm going to end you because he told me what it would take to beat you. So you could get into something like that. And then he repeatedly does the throat over and over and over again. And then Cena could go away. Then he's got a match when he comes back.
Thank you, Doug, because I don't see
it. Which one here are we talking?
He just answered nothing. I was like, what is this going to accomplish? Nothing.
Okay,
Absolutely
fair.
Nothing.
Quill said Cena. I'm jumping all over the place, guys, too. I'm sorry. Cena versus Sikoa. This is where the downfall started. Cena should have won. What was the point of Cena putting Sikoa over? Where does this make sense?
It's you know something. Quills and I have conversations. Gamble and I have conversations. McKinney. World Wrestling Entertainment has continued to be the most insulting television in sports entertainment. I just don't know what they're thinking. And this right here was a disgrace too. What the hell is going on here? I mean, clearly he's a local celebrity, which I guess that makes sense. But this dynamic, I mean, Miz is going to eventually get squashed by Gunther. Like, we see what you're doing, and it makes no sense.
I think that they don't realize that the believability of some of these people are gone, Sean. That's
Right.
what I
The
think
Miz
it
is the
comes
best
down
thing
to.
behind him. And I love The Miz. And I can't believe I'm saying that. I have infinite respect for The Miz. The Miz being in the Intercontinental Championship picture makes no sense. But you know what makes less sense? Ivar and Big Brunson Reed. Like, it's like Big Brunson Reed
Well,
is probably the most believable out of the four guys in the match tonight.
he had a great match with Gunther, I
No,
thought,
no, that's like
Bronson
you
Reed.
said. He's the best out of the four. But none of it makes sense.
And Ricochet, someone who I feel bad for too, because I don't know if you know this, but there was a house show in Rochester this same night that this show happened, and Ricochet was in the main event, and supposedly people were booing him and giving him a hard time.
Ricochet has become a novelty act as well, bro, and that's a sad thing. And you know what I think? I think it started in Saudi Arabia. I think that match against Brock Lesnar changed his career forever for the worse.
Rob, good point. He said, let's flip the coin here. What would the reaction be if Cena wins convincingly and then goes away?
I don't think he wins convincingly. I love your point. I don't think he should have won convincingly.
But he said, let's flip the coin. Though, let's just say he did do that. He would get booed. He would be hated.
That would have been bad business. I think a cool thing that would have done to be done would have been John Cena winning by cheating, like John Cena pulling the tights. That would have been awesome. But that's a good idea. You know what
so
that
you're saying? So then but you don't have Cena for the long term either. That's the other issue. Because I like what you're saying. If you had him for a longer term story, you could tell a story where I have to cheat to beat the bloodline because I don't have any friends because of how I've always been my whole career. You know what I mean? Then it's him battling himself.
Or I have to cheat to beat the bloodline because I don't have it anymore.
Me and Deanna are going to fully agree about the Miz as well. I think Miz is way better as a heel. I don't think Miz as a face works. Once again, I was there for WrestleMania 29. Babyface Miz is just not it to me. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it, but hey. He repeatedly does the throat over and over again. Ayo. Hey, cut it out. I know they said that on commentary. Cut it out. Play. But nothing wrong with that. Solo should have won, but good Lord, he made us all do the Simpsons meme. Make it stop. But with the strike, I feel like Cena's going to pop back up again and fight. That might be the Mania match. Maybe he's like, I can be back for Mania real quick and do that for you guys. And if that's what they're going to do, I mean, yay. I hope the Cena fans get to enjoy it. You know, I've never been the biggest fan of Cena. That's just I'm lying. Once he turned on me, I turned on him. Is the best way I can put it as a hip hop fan. For a random few, Gunther until the end of the year, Miz is a good shout. One of the greatest IC champs. One reign shy of most, and one could tease surpassing that. He's like 13 shy. Okay. Miz chest is about to look like raw hamburger. Hate Me Now is the best part about that WrestleMania 29 program. That's 27, Rob. 29 was when he faced Wade Barrett, right? Was that who it was, Sean? 29. You got that Mania?
I don't know. I have to look that up.
They might have been on the pre-show. I remember he had green tights. I was at that, and I remember seeing him win with the figure four. That was when he was doing like the figure four leg lock. It just didn't work, fam. I'm sorry. I said it. It didn't work. Speaking of things that didn't work, here is Logan Paul riding around on some car. I don't know what you would call this kind of car. I'm not a car guy. But thank you. Shout out to Sean Hubbard, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, Clash of the Podcast, 605, always live. Logan Paul, save Rey Mysterio right here. I will, as much as I don't like Logan Paul, I have to admit when someone is good. Logan Paul been watching them Hangman Adam Page tapes because he does a lot of moves that he does. I don't know if anyone else has peeped that. The float over in this match, he does a lot of stuff. The buckshot lariat. There's a lot of things. Nothing wrong with that. Logan Paul is an incredible athlete. He is an entertainer. I feel like he is meant to do this. I wish he would do it more, but I get it. He's trying to maximize his brand without getting hurt as well.
And he is a legitimate boxer as well.
Yeah, they can box. I wish they had boxed better people and not, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not to give themselves dubs, but this match, this is probably my favorite wrestled match minus the finish, but the finish makes sense if you've been paying attention to the story of
Oh,
what's been happening with Santos and everything else, the brass knuckles. I also wish they would have explained who the goon was who was with him. So Ray goes for the 619, brass knuckles to the face. I did like after, Sean, he did the, hey, man, you fought a good fight out there, man. Thank you so much for the good fight. I appreciate Ray was like, I know what you did, man. You hit me with brass knuckles.
Logan Paul's a very talented performer. And that's what that post-match was about. I actually enjoyed it.
This is my favorite match on the card.
Got you.
I don't know if you feel so. Was this match of the night for you?
I'll still give the nod to Seth and Drew, but I think that this match was the second match of the night, and I think that it proved that Logan Paul belongs. I have no problem with him winning the title. You kind of gave me a background information on what you think it's going to lead to down the road. It makes not really excited about it.
We'll get to that once it mentions it, once it's ready to rear its ugly head. Then we also got into Bianca Belair challenging for the is it the W? Am I saying this right? Is it the WWE Women's Championship? Yeah,
WWE Women's Championship.
Yeah, Bianca versus Io. This is where we saw the return of Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess, as Eric was saying in the chat. Sean, talented performer Kairi Sane is not the place to debut Kairi Sane. I felt it didn't get the intended reaction I think they were going for. You're great.
Pathetic. It was absolutely pathetic. To bring her out in that situation, it didn't land anywhere close to what they would have hoped it would have landed. And the thing is, you're supposed to make it land. That's the goal. That pulling her out there at Crown Jewel it would have been more effectual having it happen on Raw.
I agree. 100% agree with you. I think it would have just been better to save it, but I don't know. I can't explain the logic.
That's what they do. WWE here's a good idea, and you know what that means.
I do like the potential of this leading to a new group, though. Do you remember how Kairi Sane was written off TV?
Yeah, Bayley took her out.
Bayley, who is now in a group Damage Control with Io, and it looks like maybe Io's taking over the group, and she's gonna pick who's in Damage Control.
And then that's going to lead to Bayley turning Bayley turning face, which is going to make no sense at all.
Or you could flip it the other way, where Bayley costs her the championship.
Yeah, I guess
you could. I mean,
but at the end of the day,
let's not start trying to make sense out of everything right now. I mean,
you could change it. Heel on Saturday. Okay, that's the bottom line. She attacked Bianca Belair, who inexplicably is still a babyface herself, and that's another argument for another day. But she definitely came in as a heel on Saturday afternoon, right? So that means that anything Bayley does against them is going to be considered a babyface move.
True that. Matt Lopez says SmackDown's going to be missing 2 titles now. No Universal Champion and no United States title.
Yeah,
that might be. And there's only one set of tag titles, and yeah, that is not good if that's what they're gonna do. Hopefully, the part timers are gonna be able to alternate or something, but I don't know. Rumors are not looking good. Logan Hangman, I will give flowers for saving Ray. The Goon, they brought him back. Someone was gooning at Crown Jewel. My word, Logan Paul, Rookie of the Year. Yeah, some people might say that. Some people might say that.
At the same time.
Let's see. I don't know what the crickets comment is for there, Rob. Should have re-debuted her at TV. Oh, I think for the debut. Yeah, that's true. We know Io and Bayley will eventually fight. Cena will have a nexus full of friends if he puts someone over. Bianca Belair versus Sky again. Yet again, black women get screwed over. Yet again, it's disgusting. What was the point of Bianca Belair coming back only to get screwed out of the title, which makes Io look weak? Imagine if Io, Kairi, and Asuka is the group. I mean, if you remember Lucha Underground, Io and Kairi were part of the Black Lotus tribe. For those who don't remember, when they came in to beat up Pentagon, they had some incredible matches. That's where I first saw Kairi, and I was like, yeah, she's great.
She has one of the best elbows in the business. I'll give it that. Some
may argue better than Savage. I don't know if I would agree with that. That's But it's good though. It's great.
There's no elbow in the history of the business is better than Savage, unless you put the word peoples in front of it.
Take it easy now.
And
Take it easy.
Dwayne's finishing maneuver is one of the most iconic ever. But Macho Man, he has the best flying elbow in the history of the business. Macho.
Yeah. As long as Bailey continues to be featured prominently on TV going forward, I don't care what they do. LOL.
Yeah, as long as she keeps wearing those pants.
The fact that you read that, Kyra, I might have to send you the definition so you know better. Y'all better stop putting bad stuff in this chat, having me read it. Send me that definition, though. I need to learn. Logan won the title. Now he's thinking about training. Oh, yeah, I did see that comment after. Yeah, I'm thinking about, training more at the PC. You're thinking about it. I hope you've been doing it, bud.
Isn't it a shame that Logan Paul's a top 10 performer in the company and he doesn't even wrestle?
That's where the money's at, though, for him, That's where we're at right now with this. We have Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Damian Priest did try to cash in during the World Championship match, and Sami Zayn stole his briefcase. Sammy's more upset at Judgment Day.
His briefcase. Sami Zayn stole his briefcase.
Could be borrowed. We don't know.
Oh, go ahead, Connor.
I was just like, how are you more upset with the Judgment Day than you are with the Bloodline, who has done way worse to you? But I don't know. Whatever. Cody's here. LOL. Cody wins. It's the right call. Cody and Roman, we know what the path is for them, so we're kind of in the let's get to it phase of it right now, and I feel like it's kind of early because. How many months away are we, Sean? 5 months now?
5.5, 6 months. Yeah.
That's almost still half a year.
Yes, we still have a long time to go to endure this hot garbage that they're giving us.
So, yeah, Cody's getting the dub. I don't know what this is going to lead to with Priest. I don't know if they're going to have to try to get clever with this because when is Money in the Bank? That's in July, right?
That it is.
That clock is ticking. I don't know if they plan on him keeping that briefcase for that long. If we get past Mania, he still has that briefcase. I'm getting a little worried. It's the best thing I can say.
Jey Uso interfered in the match. Like, not even on the show. Hottest performer in the industry in July and August. Now not even on the show. Great job, WWE. You guys are brilliant. I can't.
Nope.
No, I keep going, Connor.
Roman Reigns and LA Knight. Yeah. I told everybody I think this was the temperature check for LA Knight this night. I think that this was what they needed to do to see, is LA Knight as popular as they think they are? Is he going to deliver like people think they are? I think he did. Pro Wrestling Shoe said he called the LA Knight's best match since he's been in the company.
And he did well. I think they both did well. I just think that the predictability of the outcome is what made it worse. If that match was a legitimate 50-50, I think it was a great match. I think LA Knight really put on for himself.
Sean, we were just talking about, this is before the show, we were talking about people saying, wait your turn. And people get tired of hearing, wait your turn. And eventually, sometimes you make those moves on your own. LA Knight's waiting his turn. I feel like we're a year off before they're going to let him challenge for the world title. I'm telling everybody this right now. I'm calling it. LA Knight is going to be the person to dethrone Logan Paul at WrestleMania. That is going to be his moment for this moment here. That is what they're going to possibly sacrifice. The guy was over, though. I don't know how he gets the airtime like that he does, especially in the Timbos. I could never. But LA Knight comes out there, crushes it. I think the dude looks like a star. I think there's a lot of potential here. I wish that the match had more believability behind it to where I thought he was going to win at some point, sometime, but we all know the result. Interference, spear, big dog wins. It's WWE's mantra. They always book the heels to be the guys who run away. I'm trying, the cowardly heel basically is what I'll say. I was gonna say a worse phrase for it, but it's the cowardly heel.
I mean, it's taken away from Roman Reigns' reign. It's taken away from his legacy. He'll obviously go down as one of the greatest champions of all time, but you're putting him in a position where he's being booed for being not a good heel, but he's being booed for being a coward. That's the position you're putting Roman Reigns in. His character is becoming a coward. I don't think that's good. I think Roman Reigns was on top of his game last year around this time when he was the anti-hero, where every time he came out, everybody was throwing ones in the air. Now it's like, yeah, they're booing him. And this whole part-time thing, by the way, is part of their plan. I read that earlier. This whole part-time thing is part of the plan to get people to boo him more and cheer Cody, boo him more and cheer Cody more. So that's the whole focus. To put.
Is it working?
It's working, which is sad. It just shows how much sheep that people are, because they need to realize that what's going on is it's nothing but a manipulation tactic. The same way
that's what
when it was Brock Lesnar.
Isn't that what pro wrestling is, though? I don't think it's a manipulation thing, too, though. I think it's Roman's being smarter with his body. I think he's on the exit plan for pro wrestling. I think he's starting to see it.
Yeah, go out the right way. This whole world champion. I'm so tired of people sitting up here making excuses for this dude. At the end of the day, and when I shouldn't even say making excuses for this dude, because if I was given a contract to work 10 days a year, I'd sign it too. But WWE is negligent in what they're doing, because at the end of the day, okay, Roman, you're gonna leave after WrestleMania 40. If that were the case, then we need you in every city until WrestleMania 40. We're not going to get. I mean, he's not coming back till the Royal Rumble, Conrad.
Sean, but who else do you feed the monster at this point?
Care. He's the number one attract. I mean, and by the way, what does this do to the championship reign that we're in the middle of? He's going to come. When he comes back, the next time you see him, he'll be up to like 1,400 days. The next time you see him. He's at like 12. That's an exaggeration. It'll be closer to 1,300. He'll be close to 1,300 days by the time he gets back. He's at 1,200 now.
Right. Let me go to what McKinney's saying here. Or hold on, let me get to Quills first too. Quills had one. Rhodes versus Priest, aka the match that nobody wanted. The only good thing is Rhodes gets the W despite the usual Judgment Day interference. Like I said, if they wanted to make that interesting, they should have did something with the briefcase with it instead of having it stolen. Tired of all these crimes being committed on TV, from stealing personal property to home invasions. Who's going to jail first? I heard Cody selling T-shirts like gangbusters, the new Stone Cold. We'll actually have something for you on that momentarily. LA Knight, next U.S. champ. I agree. I think we get LA Knight win at the Rumble, so we don't have the Daniel Bryan situation in the Rumble match. Ooh, BJ's thinking ahead a little bit.
Sounds like a good idea.
Gotta say the last part.
You know what that means.
Shirts on sale right now at Threadless. Reigns versus Knight as expected. Reigns would retain, of course. Bloodline interference screwing Knight over. Knight had the 3 count until Jimmy Uso put Roman's foot on the rope. Where does Knight go now? They're gonna give him the mid-card title reign. That, listen, I keep this match here was when WrestleMania 13 ended. Who was the first person that challenged The Undertaker? Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Austin thing, how he went from King of the Ring winner to the champion in 98 is romanticized. He was on the pre-show of SummerSlam 96. In 97, he had the best match of the year with Bret the Hitman Hart. And guess what they did? He challenged for the world title and lost after. Then he became the Intercontinental Champion. This is the same thing. Same plan I think they have for him. It's going to be funny if they wait until Cody Roman 2 to have Roman get a clean win. Bro, if they do that.
He's going to win at WrestleMania 40. I'm predicting that.
Nah, I'm still going with Cody. I got to take the smart money. They got to be thinking they're tired of this. Yeah, but if he wins at Mania, he's passing Hogan's record then. They're not going to let him lose.
That's part of the reason why. Roman Reigns will be. So by the way, I predicted he'd win at 39, and you said that was crazy.
I listen. In a couple months, we're gonna have to dust off them predictions from that episode too. I think I wrote them down, so we're gonna bust those out and see what we got right and what we were like, yo, way off.
I'm going on record right now. What's today's date? November what?
6.
November 6th, 2023. Roman Reigns will successfully defend the championship at WrestleMania 40.
And that's some big talk right there. When Roman loses, he'll take a step back. Maybe Solo turns on him. Maybe. I think he is going to carry and surpass Hogan so they can de-push using his name in history. Comments. Wow. Gomar, what's good? Welcome. I better hear Regal yell War Games. I don't know how long he wasn't allowed to come out on TV. He might be able to now. It's been a year, right? Almost.
Yeah, it's been about a year, yeah.
Roman's title reign is like a bag of chips, all air. Terrible. Cody Face versus LA Knight heel. Take my money. Hubs, how about the next pay-per-view reigns for Nia Jax? No. Roman is beating Hogan's record. I don't know, man. I don't know if they can do that to Cody again. That's a bad look if they do that.
Well, Cody shouldn't be in the damn match, bro. That's what bro, I don't understand.
It seems like it can only go one way. I mean, just by booking, though, Sean, there's not many people who anyone's going to believe. Kevin Owens, if we never saw him get another match against Roman, I think we'd be fine with it.
That's true.
Sami Zayn, the juice is gone. And you de-juiced it. I don't think anybody would care if it was Sami Zayn now. Now you need someone to either come into the company or you're going to have to try to build somebody up. And I don't see I don't know if you can get Carmelo Hayes or someone up there fast enough to try to do that and push them. Braun Breaker? Come on, man. Don't start that. Don't start that.
2024 is quickly approaching.
Speaking of that, that's a great transition.
I know, that's why, that's why I did it, because I'm awesome.
I actually hate looking at this mask. It reminds me of like a horror film. Yep. But MJF's devil mask.
Oh, boy.
Sean, you want to talk about this a little bit? I'm going to leave this up and then let you talk.
They have made this a slow burn in the worst possible way. They are in a position where it has to be a blockbuster. It can't even be Adam Cole at this point, Conrad. It can't even be Adam Cole. 3 months ago, it would have been cool if it was Adam Cole. At this point, it cannot be Adam Cole. It has to be a massive... I actually have a prediction for it, which I'm really embarrassed to say, but that's the direction AEW's been going in. I think it might be Dolph Ziggler. I hope I'm wrong. I sincerely hope I'm wrong. The safe pick is set Adam Cole, but that is not enough at this point. That is not enough. This has went on so long that if anybody pulls off that mask and it's Adam Cole or it's Dolph Ziggler or if it's somebody, if it happens to be Adam Copeland, if it was his plan the whole time, or God forbid if it's MJF, this will be one of the biggest letdowns in AEW history. And AEW cannot afford to have any more letdowns. That's all I'm saying. Like, I mean, and another ugly rumor I heard is that it might be Hulk Hogan.
Cut it out now, brother.
I'm just saying, this is me. I do my research and get ready for the show. There's a couple of...
I know that stance when I see it. It ain't Hogan. It ain't Hogan.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Dude? Speaking of Hogan, a little history lesson. When Hulk Hogan was attacked by a masked man in 1994, the masked man was Arn Anderson the entire time until the reveal when it was Brutus Beefcake. Don't think that somebody can't be under a mask and then they change it at the end. Do I think it's going to be Hogan? No. But what I'm saying is that Dolph Ziggler, Adam Cole, MJF, Hogan, that's not enough. Edge, Adam Copeland, it's not enough.
Sean, I think people, that's setting people up for disappointment though, because they don't. There is nobody else that they could get. There's no one realistically. Who would you get? You're Tony Khan. You got some bucks in your pocket, who would you get? To me, there's only one real shock, and he's not going to do that.
Which is
CM Punk. It would make sense because it's CM Punk's phrase. That's why MJF wears the mask, because he thought he was going to battle Punk. That's what this whole thing has led to. So what if Punk's really been the one pulling the strings? That would be great. It sounds like a good idea, but that can't happen. Not for Sean Shirt, which is on sale at Threadless right now. But that cannot happen, though. I know I'm a shill. Too much DX. But that can't happen, bro. It seems impossible at this point. So what do you do?
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth, and then you obviously gave a reason why it can't happen. At this point,
well, time out. Let me say this: we haven't talked, and I'm sure this will be the talk in a week or two for us. Punk coming back. We haven't talked about this, but if WWE is saying no, and you're Tony Khan, and you're in his, once again, Sean, you're in his good, you're sitting next to JR, who's eating his little Subway sandwich right next to you. And anybody got any good ideas for something? Sean, talk Tony Khan into going back and getting CM Punk with the Bucks in the room.
100%. Matt, Nick, it's time for you to grow up, put on grown man pants, and realize this is a business. This is not you jumping on a trampoline in your backyard. This is not Impact. You're not Generation Me anymore. Wake up and realize that this is best for our company. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you don't like it. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to respect your position as executive VPs, but this is my company. And if you don't like it, there's the door. CM Punk is the only person in the world. This is me still Tony Khan. CM Punk's the only person in the world that could be under that mask where the people would actually give a crap. CM Punk's coming back. I don't care what you say. This is my company, damn it. And I'm sick and tired of being dictated by you guys. I would be like, I want you guys here. You're one of the best tag teams in the world. But if you can't wrap your head around the fact that CM Punk being here helps us all, then kick rocks.
I respect it. I really do. Like, it sounds good is the best way I could put it. It sounds good, what we're saying.
No, I need you to understand this. And I think you do. But I need the chat to understand this. I need the wrestling world to understand this. This mask gimmick will be an epic failure if it's not Phil Brooks under that mask. Period. What? Adam Cole's not enough. Adam Copeland's not enough. Christian's not enough. I see it easy. Jack Perry's not enough. None of it's enough. I heard Easy Goldberg. Not enough. It's not enough, bro. It has to be CM Punk. You have backed yourself into a corner to the point where if it's not CM Punk, it's over. This is like putting all your chips to the middle of the table. It has to be CM Punk. It has to be. It can't be MJF. It can't be, it was me all along, Austin. It can't be that. I'm getting fired up about this because I want AEW to succeed, bro.
Fired? I'm already fired. Sorry, I had to say it. Okay.
I want AEW to succeed, man. And I'm telling AEW right here and now, and chat, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. It has to be CM Punk, or this gimmick, this angle will be an epic failure. That's it.
There are people in the chat agreeing with you. Doug says booking yourself into corners is how you get Hell in a Cell ending in a DQ.
Touche.
BJ says it's going to be Cole and Friends. I mean, but I don't think Britt Baker, I've seen people say that could be the person too. I don't think that's enough.
Right.
I really don't.
It's not.
I feel like, but see, with Punk, I feel like we set ourselves up for disappointment, Sean, because I'm going to keep coming back to the phrase I said.
I want you to give me everything right now, bro. Come on.
I want you to understand this. And this goes for everybody in the chat too. We can get into a little deeper conversation about this.
Yeah.
I don't think they have the ability to get Punk right now. I think CM Punk is angry at them. And I think Punk is going back to WWE, possibly if he does, to spite AEW, to show them I don't need you, you need me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to come back, I'm going to ask for more money than I was getting before. I'm going to want even more money now. And it's going to get ridiculous and it's going to get wild because that's what's going to happen. But I said a phrase, and I'm going to stick to this phrase. And this is why I think AEW's in the bad place that it's in.
Right.
Tony Khan made his bed and he has to lay in it.
Mm-hmm.
You made a choice that night when you went out in Chicago on that stage and fired that man.
Yeah.
CM Punk is not an option for you anymore. You publicly embarrassed him. When did you fire anybody else like that? You've never done that. That is a shame. And people shouldn't do things like that. That's why I said, I think your press release was enough. You could have left it at that. And instead, I have to go out there and address the people. Everybody's like, Tony's so brave for doing that. I'm like, no, Tony is embarrassing somebody. Right. If I ever found out one of my bosses fired me, don't ever call me asking for a favor again like that. Mm-hmm. Don't ever. But then again, Punk got fired by WWE, but time heals all wounds. You know what I mean? Right. Same thing. They fired him on his wedding day via FedEx. Cowardly as well. Right. I don't know, man. I don't know if they've got the juice for it to be someone else. They're gonna have to get creative, in my opinion, because I don't think you can get Punk. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, no, that's not all. I don't want that. I don't want that to be all you're gonna say, bro. I want you.
Well, I mean, I'm lobbying it back to you.
Okay, no, but I'm lobbying it back to you, brother. I want to know who you think. Now, listen, I've already gone on a limb and saying that. Okay, I appreciate it. That was good. I've already gone on a limb and said it has to be CM Punk. It's CM Punk or bust, right? So my question to you is, after you made a very articulate and strong point that, Sean, I feel you, but probably not. My question to you is, who's it going to be?
I don't know. I mean, that's my honest answer, Sean. I don't know. That's my answer for a lot of how do you fix AEW? I don't know. I hear AEW's got a bunch of old guys. I guess
I will take it then. Eazy-E talking about Jack Perry. You know what's sad about that? What's sad about that is I know why he's saying that. Shout out to Easy, by the way. I know why he's saying that.
Well, I think he's just torturing us at this point with some of the names he said.
I think there was some truth behind what he said. And that's pathetic. My hand to God, if this masked man turns out to be Jack Perry, and by the way, you can see a scenario where it is Jack Perry. You can see a scenario where this whole thing comes full circle and it's Jack Perry. That would be the biggest letdown in the company's history. I mean, that would even be worse than if it was MJF himself. I think the crowd reaction would be something of epic failure. Epic failure. And like I said, let's run it down the line, Conrad. Let's run it down the line. And you stop me if any of these names make a significant impact. And I'm going to name 10 names. 10 names. MJF himself. Edge. Christian. Jack Perry. Adam Cole. I've actually thought outside the box. Roderick Strong. Hulk Hogan. Goldberg. I'm running out of names. Help me out. But that's 8. That's 8. None of those. To me, I saw you nod your head about Adam Copeland. You think that would make an impact?
No, Adam Cole was who I gave the nod to.
Okay.
I think Adam Cole, a combination of Cole, Strong. Now, MJF, you're going to have to pull some wackiness with it because he was in the ring when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So who's he working with? Because I think at the end of the day, you could consider making MJF a heel again. I don't know if they're just like stuck, like he's a baby face. Let's ride this all the way out. But I think you could do it where I was playing you the whole time, Adam. I had to keep you close. Once I felt that title slipping through my fingers where they had that time limit draw,
Mm-hmm.
I knew you were getting too close. So what do you do as a smart wrestler? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And I don't have any friends around here. And that could just be he doesn't trust anybody.
Okay.
Now, could this be a big ruse with he's being attacked by Wardlow, Samoa Joe? Everybody's coming after him now, too. Maybe it was all of them conspiring together, too. Like, let's get the belt off of this dude. This dude's a jerk. We don't want him into, you know what? Look what he's done to us.
The bottom line is what we can all agree on is that it better be good. that's all I'm saying. It better be good.
Let's ride into some of these comments though. I like this. By the way, I feared for my life. yeah, right. I love those pictures where he's backstage with Joe and the referees taking pictures. Yeah, you kicked him right out of that arena, didn't you? No, we had to investigate first. We weren't sure. Get out of here. BJ said, I don't want Punk back. Let him go to WWE. Him and the drama around everything involving him nearly burnt me out, even wanting to watch wrestling. That was too toxic of a situation. But all the other people who caused the drama are still there. So what's the difference?
Facts.
And Sean, what have I told people all this week? Has CM Punk not been quiet? And I keep hearing his name. He's not doing it. It's the fans. And I just want the community to take their responsibility in this at some point of, yeah, I do talk about him too much. And yeah, I think we've been pretty good about it. Like we've kind of even been hush hush. Maybe we'll mention it here and there, but tonight, Sean mentioning it, it's not a bad idea. I'll watch and enjoy him in WWE, just no more AEW and Punk collab. I think Pro Wrestling Shoot comes in, piggybacks off of your point. Great though. If it's CM Punk under the mask or Lord, or I think it's supposed to be, oh Lord, biggest swerve in wrestling history, it also might bring the fans back on Punk's side. If you can get the Elite to collaborate, this was the biggest thing me and Sean said moving forward. Tony Khan had to get buy-in from everybody to say, yo, I need you guys to say like, yo, we're working together. Water under the bridge. And we're going to do this. Eddie Kingston gave a great answer. And I don't ever believe him on who he likes and who he doesn't like. But he said, nah, business was better with Punk here. I don't like him. I don't have to like it. Eddie Kingston says that about everybody, though. He hates everybody, supposedly, right, except for like 3 people. So he's like, I didn't like him. But the wrestling business is better with CM Punk in it. Sean said that, and I 1,000% agree. We didn't always agree about how things could have been handled, how things should have been. But it's better with Punk in it because he is the topic of conversation. Nobody's talking about the Elite feud. I had people crying today about Hangman Page needs to beat Swerve. And I said, that's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And if you guys want to know about it, send me a DM and I'll send you the tweet because I don't even want to give that person any credit. It was ridiculous, though, the quote tweets I was seeing. Jack Perry under the devil mask would equal nuclear heat to the AEW fans. I don't know if it would be good heat. I don't like Jack Perry. Like at this point, he's getting booed. Like if I see him, or he might even get the turn your back Jeff Jarrett treatment. That TNA, that's the real heat. When you see my back and I just turn my back on you, game over.
Right.
If Cole was healthy. Jack Perry, someone said, Rockstar. I'll laugh if it's Britt Baker, Matt says. Cole earned his trust. Cole got his enemies aligned. Cole inspired MJF to be working double duty and wearing him out. Cole realized MJF was better than he was, so he wanted to make him suffer. You buy that?
Look, Adam Cole being the masked man wouldn't be the worst thing ever. But what I'm trying to, it's not going to make the impact they want it to make. You know why? Because everybody, BJ, thinks it's Adam Cole. You know, the big surprises are based in when you don't know what's going to happen. And that's the void across wrestling, period, in my opinion. WWE, AEW, it's like you can see things coming from a mile away.
Oh, sorry, Jocelyn. I did miss your comment before. I'll throw in a name. Kip Sabian. I don't see it being Kip. Kip Sabian's another one who he's taken too many L's. I'm kind of happy Butcher and the Blade got away from him recently.
True.
I don't see.
I have another name that would be a major disappointment. Chris Jericho.
Nah, they better not. That would
I
be.
hope not. But you can't tell me this doesn't have Chris Jericho's name written all over it.
Yeah, that would be doo-doo butter in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed at, and BJ, I'm glad you're in here. I'm annoyed with we went back to the elite and the friendship storyline. Please stop doing this. Please stop. BJ pointed out to me, since the beginning of AEW, all their storylines are about them being friends. And yeah, what's he doing in our locker room? What is this? Get over it. Like, it was fine the first time they did it. I'm over this now. Why is Jericho in our locker room? Well, Kenny's been teaming with him for like 2 months. Like, I don't know what you guys want. What you guys got Kota Ibushi and Paul White as your partners? We're right here, man. Like, I don't know. It seems weird. BJ says also, Conrad, yeah, the others are still there, and that is what it is. See, that's where I have an issue, though. Tony Khan made a choice. We'll talk about it more in a second. Sean saw the graphics for this one already, and we'll bring it up. I just meant those groups had to separate, and we got it with the removal of Punk. I think that Tony made a bad business decision, though, by doing that. If it's Jack Perry and it looks like they elite Twitter stands will say 9 out of 10 on cage match. Punk symbol. Swerve is the next big boss of AEW, in my opinion. I hope so. Hangman ain't hitting. Why do these people lie? If they could pull it off being Punk, it'll be the biggest swerve ever. It's easily 3 times the size of the guy in the mask.
Like I said, it doesn't have to be the same guy.
Vinny said high school. Yeah. Sean, me and Sean can tell you about, what was it, the Black Scorpion?
Yeah, it wasn't the same guy.
Yeah. And then it's Ric Flair. I was like, as soon as I seen that bump, and you know the bump I'm talking about, back body drop, I was like, no.
And like I said, in '94, it was Arn Anderson all along, and then at the very end, at Halloween Havoc, it was Brutus. So,
high school behavior by the Bucks. It can anyone at this time, but I'd like it to be a new hire like Ali. Maybe they could do something like that where it's Ali. I don't know that.
Oh man, like
that would require.
No. I don't. McKinney knows. I know what he's saying. That makes sense, but at the same time, how would you feel if it was Mustafa Ali though? How would you feel? That's like
I'm a go hard. I love that theme.
That's like Retribution 2.0, bro. It better not be Ali. I know what you're trying to say, McKinney. I get it. Like maybe they could give somebody new a chance. I was saying the same thing about Dolph Ziggler, but it wouldn't hit though, bro. We need something. And this is coming from a perspective of me, Conrad, wanting AEW to do well. We need this unveiling of this masked man to be knocked out of the park.
And they got time too. If they really do, do you think would you hold off for like 6 months if Cole's not going to be back? I don't know how long the foot surgery is, but let's say it's a few months. Would you hold off for as long as you can then, and wait to see if you could get a surprise?
If Adam Cole is the person, then I'll tell you what, Sting was the person until Hogan jumped on board, right? So if Adam Cole's your guy, and then maybe you can talk to CM Punk until Adam Cole gets healthy and you make the switcheroo, it wouldn't bother me either.
BJ said, outside of FTR, the Bucks only do friendship storylines and wrestle their buddies. I pointed that last one out to you a couple weeks ago. Yep. Put Black Scorpion in 2K24. They would do that without Sting being in the game. That sounds like something they would do. Renegade L2K, what's up, fellas? I got some free time. What up, man? Make sure you guys have hit that like button if you haven't for us. It has to be something epic, otherwise it's a letdown. The biggest name under the mask could be Will Ospreay.
The best wrestler alive today? Ooh, that's not bad.
Would that impress you, Will Ospreay?
If Will Ospreay is the guy behind the best wrestler in the world behind the mask, it would be better.
Does it fit?
It would be better. It would be better than if it was MJF or
What if it was David Finlay of Bullet Club saying he beat up Jay White to take the Bullet Club name back? Could you go that route?
You could. It wouldn't be. But I'd rather it be Okada or somebody like that.
Okada is known to steal people's ring gear.
I wouldn't have a problem with that either. Like It's Roman Reigns. It's Roman Reigns.
Johnson said that one guy that was released from NXT and did the promo from his home saying December he can do shows. He was a heel. Who said that they could do stuff from home? I'm trying to remember this now. It's not the grizzled young veterans. Would Swerve fit the devil mask and add another opponent for Max? If it's Swerve, Swerve's got to beat MJF for that title, but I don't think it works.
I just thought of somebody that's typical. That would be a typical AEW move. And you know why I'm thinking about it, chat. I'm gonna set this up, Conrad. I want to set this up, and if it comes to your head, bro, and it makes so much sense. It's almost making me want to throw up, bro. Who did AEW just sign?
Not the Nature Boy.
But no, not the Nature Boy himself. But who did they just sign? Ric Flair, right?
Yeah.
Maybe his son-in-law?
I mean, he does wear the black mask already. I don't know.
I'm just saying. Would that not be typical letdown AEW? Come on, bro.
It's Cole Carter. Not again. Not again.
No, but tell me I'm lying. With Ric Flair coming in, are you telling me that Andrade is beyond your realm of thinking it could possibly be Andrade? That would be awful, but imagine that, bro.
I mean, if you did that, that'd be a way to elevate him pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could put up the argument for it.
Kenny Omega?
Nah.
Okay.
I don't see it. Unless they wanted him to join like the Elite and they have some big super swerve for all of them.
Mm.
Let's move into some of these other things that we're going to look at. TKO charts courtesy of WrestleNomics. Shout out to my friends in Buffalo, New York as well. Have to show the love. Sean, you're a big combat sports guy. What are you seeing here with these charts right now? Is WWE's media rights show a tremendous value? I don't know if that's because they've just done it more recently for some of the rights.
Yeah, I think this has to do with a recent spike. But yes, they are on the uptick right now. How, I have no idea. But I mean, look, we know the deal. WWE is a multi-billion dollar, $1 million conglomerate right now, and they have continued to show themselves to be survivors. That's how I look at it. They're showing themselves to be survivors. Where it's like, you know what, you think they're doing poorly, but all of a sudden you look around, they're selling out shows. Shout out to Pro Wrestling Shoot. You know, they're selling out live events. That's what it's all about. If you can continue to fill seats, the issue is satisfaction, and that's not what. And when I say satisfaction, I mean consumer satisfaction, and that's the issue that I'm having with WWE. That if part of what's not part of this, and this is to your point, Conrad, what's not part of this chart is consumer satisfaction. If consumer satisfaction was on this chart, it'd be a different ballgame. But yeah, they're doing great right now. How? I have no idea.
Sean, I think their fan base is happy, though. I think they are satisfied. Look at the numbers. It's showing it. Look at their live attendance compared to UFC. That is wild to me to even see that.
Conrad, I've never said the UFC before, but I have come up with a system when it comes to why I believe this. People go to WWE by habit, bro. They go by habit. John Cena's there. They're hoping Dwayne Johnson shows up again. All this little funky stuff. You know, all these tricks that they've been doing, like these smoke and mirrors they've been doing. WWE knows what they're doing. And the fans, that's why I'm disappointed in the fans. The fans go to WWE out of habit, I believe. I believe it's just, WWE's in town? Okay, I got to go.
I mean, hope and habit are the reasons why we watch Raw every week. Why do you check out, that's the reason why I watch. Why do you watch SmackDown, Conrad? Hope and habit. Like, I hope it gets better. And I will say it has gotten better over the last few years. It's far from where it was in 2017, 2018, where I felt like I was completely, ignored and I don't care what you think. Goodbye. Have a good day. Brock wins. LOL. You know? We've gotten farther from those days. But it's a different time. And looking at those numbers, that proves why TKO and WWE, UFC, it seems like they're doing well. I've heard rumors of maybe someone possibly helping them all pull out, or maybe someone buying Endeavor. I don't know what's going to happen with this stuff. I'm not here to get into that. They're blaming Vince for like the stock could be higher if it wasn't for this, and maybe it's that. Give it time. It's a new stock. IPOs drop, and then people are usually like, "Yeah, that was way too much money." That's what usually happens in America. Now, looking at that, I want to get into some AEW stuff here in a second too. But do you feel like AEW has signed too many old timers right now? Do you think they're on a bad path of doing that?
100%. I'm very concerned. This reeks of TNA 2010.
Keep going.
No, I'm not. I'm very concerned. I mean, Ric Flair. I mean, I get it, but they signed him to a multi-year deal to do what? To do what? Big Show gonna be wrestling at a major pay-per-view?
I don't want to see him in a tag match either. Like, I don't want to see him in any kind of matchup. Not after that pay-per-view. We covered that.
Did you see Big Show walk down the aisle that night?
I didn't see. I saw the upper part of his body until someone released the pictures of how he was standing, and I was like, "Oh man, he's in rough shape." I didn't know he was in that rough of shape.
God bless him, but that's the reason why he shouldn't be. Yes, to answer your question, WWE is probably smiling right now because of these old school guys that AEW is bringing in. You know me. Nobody respects the old generation more than I do. Nobody respects nostalgia more than I do. But Ric Flair, a multi-year deal. Ric Flair's not even a viable manager at this point in his career. And like I said, the Hogan rumors got me twisted, bro. I hope that's not true. I hope that's not true.
I don't believe it to be true. I just can't see that happening. BJ said it's social media that makes people go. Roman is the megastar, so all he does is pretty much viral. I will agree. I do see a lot of Roman Reigns. Even, listen, the intern knows who Roman Reigns is. The intern knows who John Cena is. I didn't know that until the other day. I was like, what? Right. How do you know this? If you ask him who his favorite wrestlers, he still says Luchasaurus. I can't stop these things, you know? Rhea's fandom is crazy. You filthy McNasties. I see you online, all of you. You little nasties. Cody as well. There are a lot of Cody fans. They love Cody. I think they do social media much better than AEW. I think AEW could learn some tricks. I think they could get a better team for social media. Easy E says WWE is hot-shotting. Women's Battle Royal for a new number one contender for Rhea's title tonight, and New Day versus Judgment Day. Sean's excited, everybody.
Very much not excited.
Matt Lopez says his legs aren't looking good. Yeah, I keep Paul White off my television. One time for the one time. Well, I just had to. I don't have the the bar up right now to do it. Tony Khan is fanboy enough to let Flair wrestle. Ooh. You think so? Prediction right now. Is Ric Flair going to have a match in AEW?
Yes.
I hope not, dude.
I hope not too, because you know what? I watched that last ever match pay-per-view that he did, and it was one of the worst things I ever saw. I'm gonna tell you, I was extremely happy. I'm gonna say something that's a little bit rough, but I'm gonna preface it by saying I love Ric Flair as a performer. I was simply praying when he tagged up with Andrade to face Jarrett and Lethal that he would walk out of the ring on his own power. And he did. And he did. I think the answer to your question is a very sad and sorrowful yes. He is going to end up in a match.
I hope not. I also think Tony Khan looks hypocritical in some of his recent comments about Sir Gomez McMahon. And everything that's been said, and Flair's issues as well with a lot of things. It's just not, like I said, I think the decision-making AEW has been horrible lately. Horrible. And I don't know what they're seeing. Whoever you're listening to, Tony, stop. And I don't know if maybe they need a reset, because I think Dynamite looks good this week. I'm not going to lie to you about the card. I think the card looks so much better this week than it previously has. But there's a lot of Ring of Honor integration in there. Keith Lee's challenge is Samoa Joe. Great. What does it mean? What are you doing with this? Is Ring of Honor going to be its own brand? Remember, we heard like, oh, there's going to be less Ring of Honor, and then as soon as something happens, more Ring of Honor on AEW again.
Exactly.
E said wouldn't hire Brett to be an agent, but have Orange's one hired Ace to agent remotely from his house. Yeah, it's another person who I thought they disrespected very badly with that whole situation.
Absolutely.
At least it's the first time matchup. True that. I'm gonna be halfway asleep through Raw. Unfortunately, yes, people are saying Flair fell asleep in that match. Yeah, Flair needs to stay away from Full Gear.
And he's walking right into Full Gear. Multi-year deal for the Nature Boy Ric Flair in 2023
for us for an energy drink too. Crazy. And I heard that's going to pay most of that salary.
Yep, it is.
Let's talk real quick about these numbers for Shop, AEW and WWE Shop. What does this chart tell you, Sean? What's the story with this between the two? For popular acts, whatever you want to use this for. What do you see from these? And shout out to WrestleNomics once again for their daily analysis of top seller pages.
This chart tells me that my fears are going to come to pass at WrestleMania 40. That's what this chart tells me. Cody Rhodes is thriving right now as far as his sales are concerned. And it's one of those things that really is sad because we see what's coming down the pike. Now, on the other side, one thing that's glaring is CM Punk being number 2. Even after all this time, CM Punk continues to be a bestseller. Should be an indication. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't see the Young Bucks on the list unless you want to say that they count as far as being a part of the Elite. So,
yeah.
Okay, so but even so, they're still behind CM Punk.
Think about this too. Imagine if CMFTR had more time together.
Facts.
And had more merch out.
Facts. So, yeah, it's a tough thing, man, because at the end of the day, on one side, you see Cody Rhodes, which is predictable booking, which is why he's probably going to WrestleMania 40. And on the other side, the man who I consider to be the hottest wrestler in the game right now as far as popularity, CM Punk, number 2 on your seller list and not even in the company. Pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean, look at I'm impressed with the Acclaim. Look at those numbers; those are great for them.
Right. And also shows about nostalgia as well. It also shows about nostalgia. The fact that NWO is still number 6 and Stone Cold number 2 and Eddie God, yeah, that's nuts. But I mean, it's nuts in a great way. It shows that people have respect for the past, as I do.
And look at the Usos numbers, though. Top 10.
Yeah, I mean,
and BJ's right there with the Rhea Ripley. I don't know who's buying generic WWE merch. I assume that's like, this is the city we're in or whatever, but it ain't me.
The Usos in July of this year were the number 1 attraction in the company whose name was not Roman Reigns. That's the tragedy of the situation. I'm not going to even get started again. I'm going to chill. But yes, that's why they're number 10, and they'd be higher if they had done it right. Like you said, the generic WWE merchandise, I don't know what that's about. LA Knight makes sense. John Cena makes sense. Like I said, nostalgia with Stone Cold. Cody being number 1 just annoys me, though. It just annoys me. Ugh.
Look at this. Renegade L2K said, fact that Austin and NW are top 10 is bad. Depends on how you want to look at it. I mean, it's revenue for the company, but at the same token, I can hear you if you're like, well, where's your current stars?
Right, agreed. Now, I'm looking at it more from perspective of respect for the past, but you're right. Renegade, you make a really good point. Those spots should be like somebody that's actively wrestling. I agree.
My man Matt Lopez said by the numbers, Stone Cold should face Roman for the title.
100%. Let's do it.
He said Cody hurt AEW bad. He had like 100 jobs and selling shirts like crazy. Yeah, that was it. I tell people, I think Cody leaving was the first big like detrimental point to all of this.
Of course it was.
Stone Cold should have never dropped the belt. LOL. I'm glad Danhausen made it. Yeah, Danhausen at number 10 is good too. A lot of people are fans of his. Danhausen at 10. Yeah, how much money did WCW steal from New Japan with them NWO shirts?
Good point.
Hey, it's a retired group and a deceased man in the top 10, but AEW itself is number one, which tells me they don't have a needle mover.
Mm.
Interesting. I think WWE's merch is like when they put out multiple superstars on things, so kids want it because it has all their favorites and whatnot. I remember Walmart selling merch like that. Yeah,
Maybe so.
nothing wrong with copping those. They still buy the Stone Cold and NWO merch. Yeah, I think that I see more people in the AEW stuff than that. Like the AEW shirt, I think everybody's got that one, the classic black logo with the stuff on it.
Yeah, I mean, pretty snazzy. Right?
Yeah, it fits everything. I think AEW stuff's kind of cooler to wear in public sometimes.
Agreed. Like if you're going to the store or something, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and there's certain, like I said, certain shirts are super cool, and other ones you're like, I don't know if I would wear this out.
Agreed.
Wait, timeout. That's not true. Rhea Ripley was on the list. I saw somebody say there was not a single woman on the list. Unless you're talking about the AEW side only. Rhea Ripley is. I'm gonna remove your comment here if I can pull it up. Yeah, Rhea Ripley is number 9.
And notice Rhea Ripley is Rhea Ripley, not Judgment Day.
Yeah. Good points. Good points.
It's just me, Oos.
Day one ish. I'm gonna let Sean get ready to plug some stuff. We're gonna pick a winner here for that New Japan Strong show.
So as we get prepared to pick a winner for the New Japan Strong show coming up, we would like to make a very big announcement that coming up on November the 16th on the Hubbard Wrestling Weekly channel, Conrad, myself, Renzi, and Crystal are going to be back with another big time show. We're going to go down the lineage and history of the Survivor Series. Subject matters are going to include Andre the Giant being the first heel to win the final match of a pay-per-view in WWE history. We're going to be talking about the Montreal Screwjob. We're going to be talking about Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey as it relates to what happened with Becky Lynch to lead into that match, and so much more. And speaking of Ronda Rousey, if and when you guys decide to tune in to my channel on November 16th at 8 p.m., you'll be automatically entered at the end of the show to receive a code to watch Revolver Unreal that very same night, Thursday, November 16th at 11 p.m., live from Los Angeles, California. It'll be showing on Fight pay-per-view. So for everybody who tunes in this coming, or next Thursday, I should say, next Thursday night, November 16th, 8 p.m., for Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, Clash of the Podcast on the Hubbard Wrestling Weekly channel, where we talk about Survivor Series and the upcoming Survivor Series pay-per-view, you will be automatically entered to win a code to watch Revolver Unreal. And the significance of that is that it will be the pay-per-view debut outside of WWE of Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Also on the card, Jon Moxley, Swerve Strickland, and many others. So we will see you, obviously, right here next week, Monday night, for Clash of the Podcast. But on November 16th, circle your calendar and subscribe to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly as well, as we get ready to bring you a Survivor Series special and an opportunity for you to see Ronda Rousey make her pay-per-view debut outside of WWE on Fight, as well as Jon Moxley and Swerve Strickland and many others. So I think that's pretty darn cool.
I am also going to be live on Wednesday for the AEW Dynamite review. I would love to hear everybody's thoughts. If you got ideas on how to make AEW better, tell me. Where's Orange on the top 10? He was number 4. Needs CM, FDR, and Danhausen shirts. Now you're mixing everybody in there. Me and Derek will be live. We'll be talking some Dynamite on Wednesday. Usually around 10:05 we go live. We try to get on as soon as the show ends, so please feel free. It's going to be a good time. like I said, it's gonna be a good time by all. Dynamite is literally in Portland, and I decided not to go. I mean, that's a state over from you. It's a state over. Um, Sean, do we have ourselves a winner? I think we do.
Yes, sir.
Um,
It's just me, Oos. I just like saying that. I don't know why. Yeah, even better. Let's do it.
make that announcement, good sir.
Well, we're really happy to announce, Conrad and myself, that the winner of the Lone Star Shootout, New Japan Pro Wrestling, we're going to be able to give this code away to somebody who's been very active on the channel. There's been many been very active on the channel. We appreciate you all. But for this particular contest, we want to give a big congratulations to the one and only Quilly. Sir Quills, you have won tonight's contest. Congratulations. You will be watching the unbelievable pay-per-view on Fight, Lone Star Shootout, presented by New Japan Strong, for the grand price of $0.00 because we're giving it to you to watch for free. Congratulations, my G.
Quills, get at me, and I will get you that code however you need to. And I'll give you the directions if you're not sure of it. So Quills is the winner for that one. And yeah, that's it. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Sean's channel, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, November 16th. Can't miss show. You guys are going to definitely want to be there. So subscribe to his channel, turn on that bell, hit the notifications, and we're going to have a good time with it. And also, I think you're going to get to see some other great content creators in the game. So make sure you're in there to check out Renzi and Crystal as well. Got nothing but love for those ladies. And yeah, we're going to get into this. Thank you for rocking with Clash of the Podcast. We're going to be back next week talking some more pro wrestling. Big shout out to my homie Sean. For myself and Sean, we are out for this episode. Deuces. Oh, and Sean, hit him with your classic line that we end with. We always got to say that.
Evil never prevails. Well, how about you?